Welcome to Week in One, bringing you all the top stories that made headlines this week. I'm Andrea van Wyk. Thanks for joining us. President Cyril Ramaphosa has fired suspended Sars Commissioner Tom Moyane. The president accepted the recommendations of an interim report of the Sars Commission of Inquiry. Chairperson Judge Robert Nugent advised the president to axe Moyane. In a letter to Moyane, Ramaphosa stated that he'd managed Sars recklessly and that his refusal to participate in the Sars Commission in a meaningful way was concerning. Moyane says he'll wait for the president to reply to his constitutional court challenge against the Sars inquiry before commenting on his sacking. Meanwhile, his lawyer says Nugent acted outside of his powers.
We were quite shocked that Mr. Nugent recommended as he did, because what he has done is really to undermine both the president and Advocate Bam SC. You will remember that the president set two processes, one, the Nugent process, as well as a disciplinary inquiry before BAM SC. I have no doubt that if the president wanted Mr. Nugent to deal with employment issues, he would have said so in his terms of reference. But he best left that to Advocate BAM. You'll also remember, Vuyo, that from the beginning, our complaint has always been about the double jeopardy that we fear that Mr. Moyane will face as a result of the two inquiries. Also in his ruling of, I think, the 2nd of July this year, Mr. Nugent assured us that he will not trample on the issues that are before BAM SC. You know, the next thing we hear is that he's made a recommendation without even coming back to us to say, oh, he has changed his mind and now he wants to recommend it to the president of our removal. That is quite outside his powers.
Home Affairs Minister Malusi Gigaba has been dealt another blow. The Constitutional Court has dismissed his application for leave to appeal against a ruling that he lied under oath in the Fireblade case. The Public Protector made a recommendation that President Cyril Ramaphosa needs to take disciplinary action against Gigaba, saying he has violated the Constitution by lying in court. Now, this relates to the case involving the Oppenheimer family's private terminal at OR Tambo International Airport. A Pretoria court found that Gigaba had lied when he said he never gave Fireblade the go-ahead to operate the facility. ENCA's Lorenzo Temba has the story.
MSs of finance.
Lies told by this minister have come back to haunt him. Earlier this year, the North Gauteng High Court found that Malusi Gigaba had lied when he said he never gave aviation company Fireblade the go-ahead to operate a private air travel facility at OR Tambo International Airport, a national key point. Fireblade is owned by the Oppenheimers, one of South Africa's richest and highly influential families. On Tuesday, Nicky Oppenheimer told Parliament he had minutes of a meeting where the minister had agreed to approve its private air travel facility. The Public Protector says Gigaba's lies were a step too far.
I found that the allegation that the minister, Mr. Gigaba, violated the Constitution and the executive members' ethics code when he told untruth under oath was substantiated. As a member of the executive, telling an untruth under oath or before a court of law is a direct violation of Section 165(4) of the Constitution.
It was a complaint from DA Member of Parliament John Steenhuisen that got the Public Protector's probe rolling. Now Mkhwebane wants the President to act. She's given him 20 days to advise her on what he plans to do.
The President must take appropriate disciplinary action against Minister Gigaba for violating the Constitution.
Not only did Gigaba violate the Constitution, he also breached the Executive and Parliament's codes of ethics.
The Speaker of the National Assembly must, within 30 days of publication of this report, provide the Public Protector with the implementation plan on steps to be taken against the Minister for breaching the code.
When journalists quizzed her about what would constitute appropriate disciplinary action against Gigaba for violating his oath of office and the Constitution, Mkhwebane says she cannot prescribe what action needs to be taken. Lorenzo Temba, Pretoria.
The ANC received over 2 million rand from the looted VBS Mutual Bank. The party's Treasurer General, Paul Mashatile, made the admission during an interview with ENCA, but he says the governing party will pay back the money. ENCA's Samkele Maseko reports.
When there was travel at VBS, we did check and we did find out that, in fact, there's a company called Vele that did buy a table at the time. And I instructed my team, I said, any funds that come into the ANC and is money stolen or acquired irregularly, we should not accept it. If we have, we must return it.
The African National Congress was a beneficiary of some of the money looted from VBS Mutual Bank. Treasurer General Paul Mashatile says the governing party will pay back 2.2 million rand received from Vele Investments. But the ANC's links to the beleaguered bank don't end there. Several municipalities under its control invested in the mutual bank, despite legislation prohibiting them from doing so. And some of its leaders, namely Limpopo Deputy Chairperson Florence Radzilani and Provincial Treasurer Denim Caesar, have been implicated in the VBS scandal.
We expect leaders of the ANC to lead with integrity. And in most cases, we don't even expect them to be told what to do. They should know. There are many of our leaders who are fingered for different things. Obviously, we have introduced the Integrity Commission to be able to hear their cases, because there should be fairness where people can explain themselves. We don't even want those leaders to wait to be called. They should go and say to the Integrity Commission, there are allegations against me. Please check them so that I can clear my name. I think the leadership of the ANC must take that seriously. We mustn't dismiss that, because at the end of the day, it's about saving and securing brand ANC.
It's not the first time Paul Mashatile has called on ANC leaders to introspect. Back in 2012, on behalf of the party in Gauteng, he called on former President Jacob Zuma to do the same, while appealing on him to resign. Now he's saying other comrades implicated in the scandal and corruption should do the same.
Those who are implicated, allegations against them, must do that. The leadership will meet the top six either Sunday or Monday. We will look at all the reports against comrades like Malusi. And my view is that sometimes comrades must be given a chance to explain themselves. I don't want to be unfair on anybody. But we expect comrades in leadership to lead by example, show integrity, don't be chased around. But we must always be fair, that the comrade might say, look, I want to explain, I did no wrong here. We'll give them that opportunity, but our priority is to protect the ANC, not individuals.
It seems as if the governing party is setting high moral standards for itself, but the question remains whether others will follow in Ntlatlanine's footsteps and resign from public office. Samkele Maseko, Johannesburg.
On to opposition party politics now. Patricia de Lille is keeping mum on her political future. Cape Town's firebrand mayor stepped down on Wednesday after months of infighting with her party, the Democratic Alliance. Several councillors have also resigned in solidarity with her, labelling the DA a racist party. Lester Kivitt has the details.
A final clear out. Patricia de Lille packing up and saying goodbye to the mayoral office for good. While a resignation as Cape Town's first citizen was expected, she's now gone a step further and quit as a DA member.
You are dealing with an organization that's rudderless, that's leaderless, that can't give direction. And really, you know what? I am free now. I'm freed of this oppression and abuse. And I certainly don't care anymore.
Along with de Lille, 2 more DA councillors resigned as party members, bringing the number to 7. De Lille would not confirm whether she'll start another political party or revive the Independent Democrats.
I have not made any commitment to anyone. I've said to all of them that give me the space, give me the next 2 weeks, that I can decide what to do with my future, and then we can talk.
Still to come, one family made a gruesome find this week as they discovered the bodies of relatives buried in their home.